YouTube frogs, welcome back to another video. We are just days away from Kokomi coming out in the second half of 2.1. We just got news. Today is Saturday, or Sunday for some of you, but this is the time when we're recording this. We've gotten notice about an hour and a half ago. We got the information on the new banners coming out. We have the new character banner and the new weapon banner. So I want to go over real quick my thoughts on both of these banners, what I think about them, whether they're worth it or not to pull, just general information. All right, let's begin first with the character banner. Kokomi's rate up banner is support impact. We got Xingqiu, Beidou, and Rosaria, very well known for being support characters for each of their respective roles. Right, we have Xingqiu, which is a very well-known Hydro support used in virtually every single composition involving both freeze and reverse vaporize. Beidou is a keystone for a lot of electro compositions because she has one of the strongest bursts, activation, and off-field DPS that the electro element that provides. Rosaria, also fitting with the crowd DPS here. Her main role in most compositions is to provide that up to 15% crit rate bonus from her passive talent. So we're gonna go over them, right? And then obviously we have Kokomi. I feel like for most of you guys who have been playing for a long time, so like say for example you've been playing since the beginning of the game, you will likely already have these characters at pretty high refinement. The only case that maybe you wouldn't is if you're trying to get, for example, C6 Xingqiu, or you're trying to get C5 or C6 Beidou. Those of you who've been playing already might have C6, right? If you guys are new, oh sorry, not refinement, I mean constellations, not refinement. For newer players, besides the design of Kokomi, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to skip her, right? Though if you are a new player and you're interested in her design and you love how cute she looks and you're interested in her playstyle, then hopefully you also grab a Beidou and a Xingqiu. Beidou will work especially well with Kokomi, especially as a Hydro Catalyst, which we already know from her Hoyo Lab kit that we released. The further details we will have to see based off the rotations, but in general, because she is strictly a Hydro Catalyst, Beidou will probably be one of the easiest supports with her, all right? So it's basically down to that. I personally will be grabbing at least one Kokomi, and I'll be making a guide on her, so do not worry about that. But let's go through constellations really quick, okay? We have Rosaria. So let's first start with Rosaria. Rosaria, the most powerful aspect of her kit is her passive talent, her A4, right? Casting her burst increases crit rate of all nearby party members by 15% of her crit rate, cannot exceed this by 15%, which means that if you build her, which I haven't actually built her, but if you build her very high crit rate, then most of the time she's going to be providing that boost, right? And then for constellations that are more support based, right? We have the burst lasting for 4 more seconds on C2. So C2 and C5 are the burst based constellations for Rosaria. This is 4-second duration increase. For her burst, it naturally lasts 8 seconds. So this is basically a 50% increase in time. And then C5 is +3 levels. And then C6 is more about the physical portion, right? If you're using her as a superconductor support, it's mostly just C2, C5. That's her Rosaria. And then for Xingqiu, C5 and C6, yeah? There's C5, oh sorry, not C5. C3 and C6. I'm not mistaking that, right? Yes. Wait. Yes, C3. C3 is +3 levels on Xingqiu's burst. Sorry, I get confused because both of the names sound the same. And then also extends the duration of his burst by 3 seconds. So C2, C3, and then C6. So his base duration is 15 seconds. With C2, you get an extra 3 seconds, which means 18 seconds out of 20 seconds uptime. Also, minus 50% hydro resistance. C3 is +3 levels on the burst, and then C6 is the increased hydro application. Okay, so that is Xingqiu. You guys know him, very solid support. And then finally for Beidou. Beidou, honestly, besides, let me see, this one is not as important, but it's a nice boost to DPS. I would say that C5 and C6 are the most important ones for Beidou, right? Beidou's raw damage is already extremely high, right? So her multipliers, for the duration that it lasts, is already pretty solid for an off-field DPS. So for Beidou, this is increased AoE, which is always nice because Beidou is mostly known for her AoE electro application. And then C5 is +3 levels on her burst. and C6 is the resonance. I'm looking at my Twitch chat, and they are saying those that are maining are saying C2 is one of her best. So C2, C5, C6. Okay, cool. So that is character banner, and I went over Kokomi's kit in a previous video. If you guys want to know a little bit more about her, you can watch that breakdown. Maybe one of my editors can link it on the screen or in the description below. Cool. All right, moving on from the character banners. So basically, this is support impact. Most likely, you'll be skipping unless you really want Kokomi, because in the 2 cases where you've been playing for a super long time, you're gonna be skipping because you already have refinements, right? If you're a newer player, trying to grab these support characters would be beneficial. Like, trying to grab at least one Xingqiu is what I would highly recommend, or you could potentially wait for the Stargate. Constellations! Constellations! Okay, we're moving on to the weapon banner. You guys like how this weapon banner works? We have the Primordial Jade Cutter with the Everlasting Moonglow. It's a very interesting combination, all right? What we have here is one of the most versatile swords in the game. Those of you who don't know, Primordial Jade Cutter at level 90 provides 44.1% crit rate. One of the easiest weapons in the game to build around. When you have this weapon, getting your crit rate, crit damage to a solidified amount is really easy. Not only that, but the passive converts some of your HP percent to your attack bonus, right? So you're a little bit beefier. You get a little bit of the attack. The base attack suffers a little bit. You guys can see that at level 90 for a 5-star weapon, 542 is actually on the lower end, right? Most of the weapons will either have 674 or 608. So 542 is on the lower end, but that is offset by the passive. So this is a great stat stick. The only problem is this super valuable, easy to build around Jade Cutter is matched with the really niche and only one character in the game uses it, Catalyst. Let's bring it up really quick. The Everlasting Moonglow. It is an HP percent catalyst. Of the 2 characters that we have that are catalyst users for Hydro, for HP scaling, we have Barbara and upcoming Kokomi. No, you're not gonna tell me you're gonna pull this for Barbara. You can't tell me you're gonna pull this for Barbara, man, okay? Anyways, this is what the new cast looks like. At level 90, we have 608 base attack with 50% HP. Healing bonus increased by 10%, so it's already only shafted to healers. Normal attack damage increased by 1% of the max HP of the character equipping this weapon for 12 seconds after using Elemental Burst. Normal attacks that hit opponents will restore 0.6 energy. Energy can be restored this way once every 0.1 seconds. It's not even good for Barbara. So the only character in the game who can use this weapon is Kokomi. Because Barbara's not a character that you're going to leave on the field to do normal attacks after you press your burst, okay? You can't tell me you're going to burst with Barbara then have her auto to get energy back. Come on. So yes, this weapon is strictly just for Kokomi. You don't even want... Okay, so when let's go back to the weapon banner. So we have, again, as I mentioned, one of the most versatile swords in the game, combined with one of the most specific catalysts in the game. I asked my chat earlier today if they were going through an existential crisis on whether or not they should pull for this, and they just smiled at me. Long story short, for these 5-star weapons, I would say that you should only consider this weapon banner if you either 1, intentionally got Kokomi, 2, accidentally got Kokomi because you quote-unquote accidentally built Pity, or 3, accidentally got Kokomi because you were looking for Xingqiu and Beidou constellations. Those are the 3 situations where you would consider rolling on this banner, okay? Now, if you're actually going for the Jade Cutter, you better pray on your lucky stars that you don't hit this catalyst, because that catalyst is going to be sitting in your inventory for the rest of your life. Regarding the 4-star weapons, Stringless, Favonius Codex, Dragon's Bane, Favonius Greatsword. 4 of those are super solid. The Flute is a generic attack percent stat stick. So if we're looking at the 4-star weapons, it's actually pretty solid. Dragon's Bane has been rated up multiple times. But in general, it's a pyro-oriented spear or polearm. So for Hu Tao or Xiangling would be the easiest uses of it, right? Favonius Greatsword is great for burst-based characters. Like, I use Favonius Greatsword on Beidou a lot just to make sure that she gets a burst up. Favonius Codex is great for recharge and team utility based catalyst users. For example, like Sucrose if you're pairing with Xiao, or Mona if you're running for freeze composition, if you're not running a damage based Witsith or something. Mona works really well with the Favonius. Actually, like I'll show you. I think my Mona is currently using it right now. Yeah, my Mona currently uses Favonius Codex, and with 4 emblem set, her stats are kind of nice. Not gonna lie. I know who asked. But regarding the weapons, you guys know how strong Stringless is. If you guys don't know how strong Stringless is, Stringless is one of the best off-field support-based bows. For example, for Venti or for official sub DPS, or official electro support. Sorry, that weapon's great. Flute is a generic attack percent stat stick. You can use it on any character. Literally, like it's unintrusive. So that is the 4-star weapons. I don't think we need to really go over everything. Oh, I think one thing that would be really good to go over is Everlasting Moonglow in comparison to Prototype Amber. Yes, I have leveled the Prototype Amber because I refuse to use Kazari's mask from that quest for the Hakushin ring. So for the Prototype Amber in comparison, right? We have HP percent and base attack, the same thing as the Everlasting Moonglow Catalyst, right? We don't get healing bonus. We don't get normal attack damage increase, but we get a flat energy restore off of this versus the energy restored off of the Moonglow. So this catalyst is more for DPS based Kokomi if you really want to run that, right? I think that Prototype Amber will do just fine. They're basically the same thing. It's just that this is literally a power crept 5-star version of the craftable. Yeah. All right, YouTube vlogs. I think that wraps up most of my thoughts there. TLDR though, when it comes down to it, it's support impact, right? Pull if you want to for the character banner. The constellations for the support characters, for the 4-star characters, are really valuable. That is a saving grace for that. Weapon banner only for whales, mostly only for whales, or try to get lucky for the Jade cutter, or if you're really a Kokomi fan, then you can go after the catalyst, right? So thank you guys very much for watching. I wish you guys the best of luck. I'll be grabbing 1 catalyst and at least 1 Kokomi for my guides. All right, thank you guys for watching. Consider liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. We'll see you guys when Kokomi drops and with their polls and stuff. Thank you very much for watching again. If you want to join the Twitch frogs, down at the bottom left, there are people buying you right now. Twitch.tv/Xlice. All right? Take care, YouTube frogs. We'll see you next time.